What is up, Berserker Patriot Store family? Give me 1 second. Dang it. Okay. So I hope everybody's having a very blessed day. I hope we're all safe out here. So I know we normally do politics, but we're not doing politics tonight. Because I started looking into some things that were happening today with all this weird weather and weird earthquakes and volcanoes. There was an magnitude 8.1 M class coronal mass ejection solar flare today, on top of all of this other stuff. Um, it's a weird coincidence how everything happened today, and nobody's really putting it together. But I've been taking the time to look through some things and put some stuff together. I'm gonna get up right now. We're gonna put up. Or let it be live. More earthquake. Oh no, it went away. No. There. This is live. So we'll share this over with you guys. We're about to get into some stuff. Let me get this shared with us here so we got it in the background. So today there was quite a few crazy weather events. The weird thing is every single one of them all happened at the exact same time. So I guess we'd start off with the fact that there was a magnitude 8.1 M class coronal mass ejection. There was a 1.1, and then like 10 seconds later, there was an 8.1 that just popped off of the sun and shot towards Earth. Well, when you pull up all the maps, I'll try to do that in a second here. We're going to work our way into this volcano right now because this will be the second time it's now re-erupted, which is very rare. And with all of these things put together, the earthquake, the volcano, the mass ejection from the sun, all at the exact same time. So, as I was saying, the 1.1 happened, it hit, and then the 8.1 happened, and right in the ocean and over the Americas, this freaking solar storm hit, and at the exact same time, the earthquake happened in Alaska, 7.1, destroyed a bunch of shit, and then these fountains right here started popping up, and they're active. So one of these fountains, why'd everything just stop? Oh, come on, YouTube. There we go. So one of these fountains reached up to 1,200 feet in the air and melted the camera that they had out there. So we lost the good footage of that, but we got some people going out here and getting drone footage of this stuff. So the south side face was 500 feet at its peak, and this thing has been steadily just pumping lava into the air up to 150 and 50 feet for hours, and now they've re-erupted and gotten higher. The north face up to 1,200 feet in the air and just slamming shit with lava. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not fucking cool for Hawaii, but I mean, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? But we have all of this stuff happening right directly at the exact same time. And I mean, are we in the signs from John right now? Are these the signs that John was talking to us about? Are these the signs that John was talking to us about, where it's still time, we still have time, people? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's crazy. So when these empty pockets of the sun, these dark pockets of the sun, reach a certain pressure, it it makes it pop, basically. And the sun is covered in what? Solar and fire and noxious gases and all kinds of other shit. Okay, so when it pops that at us, let's see if we can pull up. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna pull up the astrological. Um, hold on, you'll see. Just bear with me, please. So the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. So we should be able to pull up through here. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, we can. I can actually give you physical representation of what I'm talking about here. So let me stop sharing the YouTube feed and share this. I'm going to give you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about so you can see it in real time. Okay, so this is the Space Weather Prediction Center, and we'll get into about the space weather. Coronal holes. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna take you into my coronal holes, guys. Give me a sec. Okay. So this will be able to let me show you what I'm talking about. So this dark pocket right here with the cursors on, okay, that would be a coronal mass right there. It creates pressure. It's just basically empty space right there. And it pops and goes, creates an arc, which is a solar storm. And it's today from this part right here in the northern atmosphere up here of the sun, okay, the Earth would be about, obviously come out for perception, would be about where the cursor is out forward, okay? So from right there in that part of the coronal mass of the sun, a solar storm, boom! I mean, a big 8.1, first a 1.1 and then an 8.1, popped off and shot this way towards the Earth, and it hit right over the Americas and the ocean off to like longitude 2409 over in the ocean. And I mean, you can see it on the atmospheric map. If you go to the D section map in the oceanic or the atmospheric control center, you can see at the same time that that dip happens where that radiation hits and expands over there is when the 7.0 earthquake happened. And you can see the physical dip in the land when that happens. Well, there's a fault line right there. Okay, so that massive earthquake may have just opened and woken up those fault lines. We don't know. Okay, and then at the exact, literal, everything in the exact same um, timing, down to the seconds, just the seconds off from each other, um, the earthquake, this that just re-erupted. That's why we have it in the second feed over here, because it's this here. So can you see that on my screen? Can you see that on this screen right now? Should be able to, right? But see, that's the thing. It didn't happen like that. It was um they all happened at the same time. So it's not like, and this is a rare mass eruption here. Let these volcanoes with you right now that are happening. They just re-erupted. So this is a very really the 38th time ever that we've known of this happening. So this is the north face right now, and it's re-erupting, and that lava flow is shooting up to, like, I don't know, 200 feet right now, 150 feet, maybe at 50 feet. But the north face is at 1,200 feet right now. It went so high that it melted their fucking camera they had. A guy flew his drone through here. He got some massively awesome footage in it, but he sacrificed his $5,000 drone in the process. But I mean, it was massively awesome. Um, this is very interesting stuff. This is what I wanted to do. This is the kind of stuff I like to do. I've read every lecture and book that Mikio Kaku's ever written or done. You know who he is? He's one of the most famous astrophysicists in the world. So we got the mass ejections happening at the same time. Now, what I'm going to do for the next 2 or 3 days, 24 to 48 hours, we have aftershocks that come in, a few hours after. They still haven't been hit by the aftershock. I guess an aftershock from a 7.0 is probably going to be pretty shitty in itself, like a 4.7, 5.0, possibly. Um, we're still waiting to see if there's going to be any tidal wave issues from that, any wildlife issues from this situation here and that situation. They've got collapsed roads, they've got collapsed highways, they've got, I mean, they got rocked pretty hard by this earthquake. And if you keep track, let's go to the National Earthquake Center right now. We can check out. They had some pretty interesting stuff going on too. If you're tracking the fault lines right now and everything that's going on, just a couple days ago, if you think about it, they just had a 6.9 and a 6.1. Japan and a few other places. Those happened at the exact same time as well, and it's getting pretty weird out here, you know. So people need to read Revelation and understand that it literally tells us about this in Revelation, and you need to wake it up and understand something's coming. Okay, I don't know. It just went down there, but there we go. Okay, sorry about that. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about that because YouTube's been a little wonky today, so uploading shit's been a little weird. So I figured I'd come on here and this would probably upload quicker. Um, I don't go live on the laptop very often anymore because, well, I mean, YouTube is it's a mobile server, so you always get more viewers when you go live. But let's see. Okay, so like we touched on the Alaska 7.0 earthquakes, the Hawaii, three different lava fountains at the same time, by the way. It's a trifecta all at once. That's what's rare about it. They usually one will go off, another one will go off. They don't all ever go off at the same time, and for the amount of time that they are right now. So each time this happens, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and worse and worse. The Iceland. There's an Iceland volcano as well. Same time, Iceland just had a volcano that erupted. So, yeah, Yeah, I mean, two of the first signs that are coming are earthquakes and volcanoes and fire and stuff like that. So just be aware and I mean, take care of yourselves. You know, take care of your souls. Because I haven't seen it yet. That's why I've been focusing on this for the past few hours, trying to get some things together. Um, let's go back over. I'm gonna go for a second. We're gonna go back into the. Okay, let's take a look at the different view of this. Let's see if we can get the actual. Oh. Okay, so that's basically what the aurora borealis is, by the way. It's basically um, that's a solar storm. But let's go back to that first one we had right here. Mass objections. See if it gives us the ones that happened today. Okay, so the coronal mass ejections are large explosions of plasma and magnetic field from the sun's corona. They can eject billions of tons of coronal material and carry an embedded magnetic field frozen in flux that is stronger than the background solar wind interplanetary magnetic field IMF. CMEs travel, coronal mass ejections, travel outward from the sun at speeds ranging from slower than 250 kilometers per second to as fast as near 3,000 kms. The fastest Earth directed CMEs can reach our planet in as little as 15 to 18 hours. Slower CMEs can take several days to arrive. They expand in size as they propagate. Okay, so I wanted to read that to you so you understand why it is so weird that these mass ejections happen. They hit quick as a motherfucker. Okay, and at the same time, so if anything else, it's telling you flat out. Let's see what the radio emissions were on these time frames. So we're at 220 UTC right now. We're at December 7th, 2025. 0200 hours. So the solar radiation flux at 10.17 cm, 2800 megahertz is an excellent indicator of solar activity, often called F10C, F10.7 index. It is one of the longest running records of solar activity. The F10.17 radio emissions originates high in the. This print is really little. Let me see if I can get it bigger. Hold on. So there's nowhere in here where it's going to give us the. That sucks. I would like to go to what happened today. You find a time and date on here. be a good representation right here. Did that click over? No. Okay. This is a great representation. So let me get this pulled over here. I know. I'm losing people. I'm getting used to this software. Bear with it. Okay, so this gives us a better representation of what I was talking about a little bit ago. So you have the coronal holes up in this, where I was telling you earlier, up in the northern hemisphere here. And you got the solar flares. These are the coronal mass ejections I was talking about earlier. Coronal mass ejections, boom. Okay. You got the radio emissions coming off the sun. Everything I was just talking about, you can actually see. So then you got the magnetic sphere that protects the Earth. You got the Earth right here. Remember I was saying where the cursor was earlier? I was a little off. You can see where I was a little off right there. But so the Earth was right here. That solar flare, boom, right here. You can see it. Oh, sorry, you can't see my fucking finger. Right here, you can see that solar flare popped off towards the Earth. Okay, hit us at an 8.1. The 1.1 hit, boom. The 8.1 hit, boom. And fucked us up, I guess, because it got hit hard. So between the next 48 to 72 hours, it's another possibility of another mass eruption out of these volcanoes in Iceland and Hawaii, and then also it's a possibility of more pretty massive earthquakes. So just pay attention to what's going on. I hope everybody's blessed. I pray that everybody in Alaska, everybody in Hawaii is safe. Stay obviously downwind of that shit so you don't get fucked up. So stay away from it. Let it be this way, let you be that way. Stay safe. If you have to be on the roads, don't drive in Alaska where everything's got all fucked. Um, if some stuff's going on in America, we'll find out about it shortly. If you don't know today, we will get kind of political for 1 second. Um, Somebody did a drive-by shooting at Tim Pool's residence today. I guess they weren't prepared for the uh, armed security and security gates, and they end up just doing a drive-by. So, hey, that's where we're at now in America. So if you speak out, say things that leftists don't enjoy, they just want to make your life miserable and fuck with you. So I'm taking the advice. I was WhatsApping with some YouTube influencers earlier, and um, yeah, we're just going to focus on building the channel, guys. We're going to focus on building price at the same time, and we're not even going to focus on these lefties anymore. We're just going to let them do their thing and say fuck it, right? So I love you guys. I hope you're all blessed out here, and I hope everything stays safe for everybody in the area that you're in right now. And for anyone that comes across this video, I hope it could have been a little informative and a little educational for you today, because there's not very many people talking about the whole, everything happening at the same time. So just be safe out here. Be well. I'm gonna relax. Love you guys. Be safe. Oh, Kira, you son of a bitch. You smart. Damn it.